Alright guys, so a little while back, a couple days ago, I did a video talking about my idea for a new Friday the 13th movie, and I decided, let's do another one, let's talk about another. And today I'm going to be talking about another horror franchise I'd love to see revived, and that is Pumpkinhead. Now, I am a huge fan of the Pumpkinhead films, I love them, well, maybe more than I should, maybe more than I should, because I recognize that not all of them are great, there's only been 4, and, yeah, not a lot of them are great, but still, it is a cool concept of this demon of vengeance coming to kill you, coming to straight up murder your ass, and essentially, you feel the pain of its victims. I think that's pretty cool, and then your soul's damned to hell. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation, essentially, you're getting yourself into. So, basically, what the idea I had is that, for this horror revival is that I think you could get away with, because more or less, like, the movie they kind of disregard is 2, which everyone kind of does, because it's kind of weird like that. It's weird to have Pumpkinhead have a son. That's exactly, it's weird. Anyway, so basically this idea would center around, a more or less like a prequel story. Like, this would be Pumpkinhead before everything that happened. This would be like a story back with Pumpkinhead. Like, maybe set it, like, it would be kind of cool, set it during the Civil War. Like, yeah, set it during the Civil War, where a group of Union soldiers have, more or less, under General Sherman's orders, have burned down a village, and, what these soldiers didn't know was that there was a family inside of one of these, houses. They couldn't get out, they burned to death, and the soldier of that family comes home, sees his whole town burned, and his family was killed in it, and now he is pissed. So, it goes to the witch at the time, who would be probably young, or maybe another witch, what I'd like to do with the, Pumpkinhead lore, is maybe have that there's always been a witch, like there's been a witch to more or less be like the gatekeeper for Pumpkinhead. Like, someone needs to be there to not only resurrect, to bring him out of the pumpkin patch, but essentially, get him, to keep his power in check. Like, Pumpkinhead, if he's summoned wrong by somebody, he kind of goes on a rampage and kills everybody. Someone needs to be, like, his caretaker. So, maybe have, like, a witch from there. The soldier goes to her and, has Pumpkinhead bring him back. I wouldn't do, like, something like, oh, it was, like, Ed Harley's, ancestor, the Confederate soldier. It would just be some other guy. And, yeah, I think I would like to have, like, because we don't really do a lot of period piece horror films, and I think, like, setting it during the Civil War, in an era where there's already a lot of pain and strife as there is, and now you add a big fucking demon to it, yeah, it's not gonna go well. It is not gonna go well for everybody. And yeah, I find it kind of fun that we don't, I would like to have more, horror, action horror, or horror military kind of stories. I had that with Dog Soldiers, had that with Overlord, and there's been several others, but those two come to mind the most. But I'd also like it to be, I'd like to have a little more period piece horror. The Witch proved you can, the movie The Witch proved that you can do a horror film and set it as a period piece and make it, work. At least for me, I know that movie's that movie kind of divides everybody on that. So yeah. I'd also like to I wouldn't go too deep into the origin of Pumpkinhead, but I would like to have, like, little, tidbits here and there of, like, its power has been here, for a long time. Like, maybe have it that it has been here since, like, it didn't originate in the Appalachians. Like, maybe have that the story of Pumpkinhead, originated, and it wasn't even called Pumpkinhead, it was like a demon of Celtic mythology. Because for those who, let me give you a little bit of history lesson. You see, the Appalachians were, a lot of people who live in the Ozarks and the Appalachians basically are descendants of Irish and of Irish immigrants who, rather than stay in New York, they're like, let's go down, let's move further south because we're not wanted. We're clearly not wanted here. So that was kind of the thing, is maybe have it that the creature that is now called Pumpkinhead was brought here by like maybe someone who was a druid or something like that, and brought the creature with them in order to keep him protected, him or her protected, or to exact vengeance on those, or protect its family, or protect their family, something like that degree. Like I would like to play with that. Like it was a deal with a lot of that Irish connection to the Ozarks. That's what I'd like to really do, is really play with, oh, it's just called Pumpkinhead because the creature was buried in a pumpkin patch. It has a different name, but it's kind of lost to history. The real creature's name is lost to history, but it actually doesn't come from... It's not from, the Ozarks. It just kind of lives here. It's actually it's an old Irish monster. Something like, Rawhead is... Rawhead Rex is more Scotland. No, it's Ireland. No, I forgot. Rawhead Rex is more Scotland. Anyway, so... yeah, just kind of a horror story set in the Civil War. Like, I don't know, I'd like to do another period piece. I'd like to have this as like a period piece horror, but also as like a bit of action to it, because I think we need more of those. That's something I think we need more of. To change up to kind of change up the world, or change up the movie, the horror scene. And I know I'm kind of stumbling through this. I'm kind of tired, guys. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this idea? I know it's not a big idea. This was just kind of just a concept that came to me. But yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this idea for Pumpkinhead? And tell me your idea. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have ideas for Pumpkinhead. What kind of ideas would you have for new movies? Would they be prequels, sequels? Would you erase some continuity? Would you add some continuity? Just comment below, let me know. I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say about this one, so yeah. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.